Hi, Sagittarius. So, um, let's get your August 2023 reading on my cycles that you're in and see what you need to work on and see where you're going. Sorry about that. It's on top. My laptop's on top of my work laptop, so it shakes at times. Sorry about that. And I have very limited space because I have my work equipment here as well as my reading equipment. My can never forget about your incense sticks. You always need plenty of these. Today's Nag Champa. Love Nag Champa. I'm just gonna put that over there for now. This is what I'm burning right now. That's the smoke you're seeing. Alright, Sagittarius, August 2023. So a lot of you guys have love coming in. Okay, this is a new cycle that you're about to read. It's a cycle that you're still in. It's a cycle of karma. I start doing readings and it starts to get stormy. I mean, literally, it looked like it wasn't going to storm. We'll have to watch for that. Sorry, Sagittarius. Sometimes summers just suck in Tucson. Anyways, I see that there is some things that you're not seeing. Okay? A lot of it has to do with how you perceive life and where you are. Sometimes you perceive things in a negative light that you tend to attract things that you don't want. That's the last thing that you want to do. What you really want to do is you want to get out of your head. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And this is next to the moon card. This tells me that there's some things that you're choosing not to see. And it makes you upset because you feel like you were given a bad hand. But were you ever really given a bad hand, or are we given lessons? You're in a cycle of lessons, but also a cycle of chaos. Because a lot of times when you're in the cycle of chaos and you're in the cycle of lessons, when you have lessons and you react instead of acting, sometimes to get out of the cycle of chaos, you have to act. You have to do something. You're being asked to do something. And instead of you going after and working hard, you're sitting there with the Two of Swords. What they expect from you to get out of the situation, start working hard. Start going towards what makes you passionate in life. Stop going after people. It's like there's a part of you that feels drawn to people who don't want you. You want what you can't have. Stop wanting what you cannot have. You're only going to hurt yourself more in the long run. I had to look to make sure something happened. Just forgot on here before I started recording. Anyways, you need to stop taking things to offense. Instead of seeing what you don't have, see what you can have. Because the issue is, you're not being punished. You're just not. The issue is you feel like you're given a bad hand. And so you'd rather say, you know what, I can't do anything with this. I just don't know. And so you said, no, the eyes covered. I don't want to see what I'm looking. I don't want to look at. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to hear anybody. And you're doing this, and you're not saying anything. You're not doing anything. Because of that, the universe comes in and kind of just gives you a slight little nudge. Sometimes we take it as, horrible, but it's also sometimes chaotic. But it's meant to push you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes out of your comfort zone requires you to maybe start working out. My finger's numb again. You start working out, doing yoga, doing meditations, eating healthier, being around people who are better for you, um, paying off your debt. You need to start somewhere. Start making a plan of action. Let's say if you make less than what you pay each month, where can you cut back so that way you make equal? If you can't cut back, then it might be time to get a second job. If you can't get a second job because you've got kids, then you might want to look at other avenues of getting help. There are services out there. 211 is also one of them. It doesn't matter which state you're in. There is a service called 211 that you can reach out to, and it's always something that you should think about, okay? I'm not saying that all of you guys are having this problem, but what I'm seeing is that a lot of you guys in August 2023 has been dealing, are going to be dealing with this. You're going to have to face this head on, and you're going to have to get out of your mind, start getting into the groove of things again. It's time, Sagittarius. It's time. You can't sit in a decision of, I'm sorry, in indecision forever. You have to move forward, even if it means you're not giving the cup of love to the person you want. Let's say maybe you're waiting for someone to come give you an offer, and so for right now you're focusing on just making money. Why wait for somebody? The worst thing you could do in life is wait for another person. Just saying. Because waiting for someone is, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed. Okay? I always tell people expectations are disappointments. That's all they are. That's why you should never expect somebody to come in. Never, even if a psychic tells you, you know what, yes, they're going to come back, they are going to communicate. Do not wait on them. Because sometimes you waiting on them could be the blockage. Just saying. You need to do you. You need to focus on you. One of my suggestions I tell the people I read for, if they're waiting on somebody, I tell them stop. I tell them to go out and, if it's a woman, I tell them to go get their nails done. If it's a man, I tell them go meet with your guy friends. Go have some beers. Go do things you wouldn't do in a relationship. Go have fun right now. Don't worry about what you want to do with that person if you cannot speak to them yet. Or if they're not talking to you. If you got somebody ghosting you. The problem is that when you're looking at someone, so think about this way, put yourself in their shoes. And you had someone looking at you, trying to get your attention, trying to get you to contact them. What do? You pull away because you think it's kind of creepy. Not saying you are, but I'm just saying that it's important that you appear independent and strong and doesn't need somebody to be in their life. It makes you that much more attractive to the person that you want to be with. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Let's get a couple more cards. Here you are. Look at indecision. You think what you want is all over. It's not. It just isn't. Nothing is ever over in life. Sometimes we just go through different phases in relationships. Maybe you're in a situationship with somebody and never took off, and they went off and started dating other people, and then all of a sudden they decided to come back. The reason they came back is because you stopped worrying about them. You need to get out of your own way. And basically what I'm seeing is that the cycle of chaos and cycle of what was it? Cycle, I forgot what it was. I'll look at the beginning of the video when I do the title, but the cycles that you're in right now is causing you to block your blessings. It's time you get out of your own way. Oh, cycle of lessons. Cycle of lessons, cycle of chaos. Cycle of chaos is the result of you overreacting to the cycle of lessons. You can't worry about that. You cannot worry about what you're not getting, because sometimes these lessons are there to show you how to speak up for yourself, and sometimes these lessons are painful. I'm not going to sit there and beat around the bush with you guys. These lessons are horrible, and this cycle of lesson lasts for a long time. It starts from the time you're about toddler, and it goes all the way up until you're about in your 40s, 50s. It lasts a long time. because that is why you go to school. That is why you go to college. That is why you get constantly in trouble with your family and your friends and everything around you. It's like nothing around you ever goes right. But it's because you're supposed to learn something from this. You're supposed to grow spiritually. And you need to take the higher road in a lot of different circumstances. Doesn't mean you need to fly off the handle. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm just saying you need to stop flying off the handle and start going after your abundance so you can start the cycle of abundance and end the cycle of chaos. That's what you need to work towards. Sometimes abundance can be love, sometimes it could be friends, sometimes it could be just money, okay? Or it could just be happier times. You have the control in which cycle you go based on the question, based on the lessons in front of you. As I've been explaining these, I think I'm going to do a video on this about the different cycles and how to change, because I think a lot of people need to learn about it so that way you understand you have control over where you go in life. You don't have to have the life in front of you that you are having. You can change your life by making one decision. One decision changes everything. Choices. Choices change everything. Choices change your cycles. That's what changes your cycles, is choices. You may not have the outcome, but you do have the beginning. You control that beginning. You don't control the outcome. What happens in the end is based on your choices throughout the lessons and throughout the cycles. Same. Remember that. Okay? Sagittarius, you have an awesome August 2023. I will be posting your individual signs monthly, and I'll be posting videos throughout the month as well on different subjects, okay? Thanks, Sagittarius. You have an awesome August. Bye.